Hey everybody, welcome back to Bear's Workshop. We are here to do our live stream flyover of the Lucid site. So you guys please let me know if my audio is working okay. I want everything to work smoothly, which, sometimes there's issues, but I'm getting better at it. So let me know who is here and who is not. So attendance please, and also audio. So I want to see, okay, you have Nikola logo. Oh, wow. That is not good. That was just a tease. Let's change that. Okay. We'll just leave the logo off for right now. All right. Sam says, good. Chappie Woody Morris, I'm ready. Open to the road. Bears work shizip. I think I said that right. If there's a right way to say that, great sound. Yeah, we got a new mic boom. And now we're just going to stick a mic in front of my face. I hope the sound sounds good to you guys. And I'll try not to spit on my mic too much. Though I think I have a hair right here. I wonder whose that is. It's the username Nikola and Lucid merger. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Ever. Someone had asked me about doing something on Apple and Lucid. I'm not sure if you guys want to would be interested in a live stream with that. It could be something that we could all sit around and talk about. But let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in a live stream where we can look at Lucid and Apple, the pros, the cons, the possibilities, the non-possibilities. So let me know in the comments. Oh, look at that. I bumped the mic. Every time I hit my face, I'm going to have to remember I got to go like around this way if I have to scratch my face with the mic right here. Ogden, what's up, Big Bear? Octavio is here. Hello, guys. Good to see you guys in the chat. We got about 40 people or so. So we're going to run the video and we'll go through that. We'll talk over it. I'll pause it. Anything that you guys are interested in, just reach out in the comments. And we will chit chat. So let's go to the video. We got about a decent amount of people here. So let's see here. Good, I got Lucid on there, not anything else. And here's our typical notice to viewers, but you don't get to read it unless you pause it. Francesco from Italy, good to see you here. Let's see. So we started on the south side. Again, it was windy today. You can see the perimeter grade beams going up. They're not going up all that quickly, but they are going up. I know it's a different contracting company than what's working on the main structure. So, well, it's got to be the contractors on the north side are steel guys. But this building is taking shape a little bit differently. We need to stop at that a little bit more. Let's go back to that. So you can see in the center, these are where all the caissons are, and the beams will be going in. And you can see the wall that they put up. That's probably about 4 feet above ground, plus what's below ground for their perimeter grade beam. But you can also see around here that they are adding soil in here, and they are compacting it in. So this section looks a lot different than this. This is just dirt, and this is aggregate right here. So they are making progress on that. Hopefully we'll see something different besides the perimeter grade beams. And then we go further to the north. And we notice something a little different here. These beams, and there's some more down here, these are not painted. They're painted right at the tips, but for whatever reason, this section is not painted. Couldn't tell you why, but it's just something that caught our eye. You can see all the roof decking on top of the roof that hasn't been laid out, but they have made a lot of progress on the other areas that have, well, this is brand new stuff. This has probably only been up a day or so. So we wouldn't expect to see any roof decking, but they've made a lot of progress on the roof decking. Just headed, turning towards the south slowly. We're looking at all the steel that's laid out. This stuff is going to go up fast, real fast. You can see other areas here. There's already like a concrete bed that's been put down. This is probably going to go under another structure there. And this is all roof decking in the silver. I hope you guys can see my arrows. And then the steel down here that's just laid out. Let's see. D.D. Ruckus. I once saw Peter Rawlinson pull a full-grown oak tree out of the ground with his non-dominant hand. That is pretty impressive. That is Chuck Norris type of stuff. I wish you recorded that. I have a feeling you didn't, though. Let's see. Octavia says, "Hey, Bear, looks like someone stole your profile picture and asking people to contact them to claim a prize." Oh, wow. That's interesting. I'm giving out prizes now. Hey, if you could send me some information on that, and let me take a look at that. I don't think I'm famous enough to be spammed out there, but that's kind of funny. Hope nobody falls for it. Let's see. Waiting for the installation of the railroad tracks. Well, I don't know when that's going to happen, or if that is going to happen. But it would be nice if they could have some sort of rail system to get these cars out, because they seem to be going out pretty slowly. Zooming into that same area again with the non-painted columns. Now we're headed to the north. iMelt says, hit the like button. What do we got? We got 29 likes and we got 72 people on right now. So what that tells me is that a bunch of you people have not hit that like button yet. So let's do it. Let's get that like button. The more likes, the more it hits the YouTube algorithm, and the more people can see this, specifically investors. Right here, you can see the area, these columns right here. This is where that tunnel is going to go, all the way through there. You'll be able to see it better in some other pictures. The cranes don't seem to be moving again today because of the wind, but there is still a decent amount of activity. Let's see. Josu says, thanks for what you do. No problem. We appreciate it. If you guys appreciate the work that we do and like to support the channel, please take a look at our Patreon account. That's down below in the description. Any kind of help that you can do is appreciated. This is the northeast side of the warehouse building, and you can see the second level in there. One of the few places that will have a second level. From what I'm told, most of it will not. Most of the second level is for like a little bit of office space. Now we're zooming out there. Rob wants to know, how many buildings are they constructing exactly? Well, it's kind of mixed. They're supposed to be only doing phase 2, but it really looks like they were doing some of phase 3 also. But they've got the warehouse building. They're going to be extending the first building on AMP1, and then also another building is going in next to that. To the south, they're putting in another building that was not on the plans. Overall, I think there's about 6 buildings that's supposed to be picked up in this phase. This is a long zoom. All of these are air conditioning units, and there is quite a few here. These are what's going to go on the top. You can see them on the top of the AMP1 building. But there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably a good dozen or so air conditioning units that are all being staged over here. You can see to the right of that, there's some piping and other materials that they've put out, which is good. Get these supplies in. Supplies right now and materials are so hard to get. So anything that you can get as soon as you can. It's not what you would normally do, but you certainly don't want to run into a situation where construction comes to a halt. You can see they're also working on the parking lot area right here. All of this is the employee parking lot, and it looks like they're actively working on this. They finished the section in the north end, and maybe we will see some borders going in soon. It's possible. We had to go down because of the wind. The wind was getting to us, and the drone throws a fit if it gets too windy. Well, that's interesting. Someone with no name. Okay. Says, hi, Bear. Lucid and Apple merger discussion? Yes. Also, anything on Lucid customer satisfaction on vehicles delivered to date? Um, okay. Let's see if we get more interest in a Lucid and Apple thing video, we can do it. In your opinion, why so bad stock in these days? I think all the EV stocks have taken a large hit. Every single one of them, including from Tesla on down, they've really gotten rocked lately. They are growth stocks, most of them. Tesla, I guess, is. I think it's still a growth stock because I think it's still going to go up quite a bit, even as expensive as it is. But I think right now it's just the whole market is getting hit pretty bad. I don't think it's anything specific to Lucid. Warren hasn't posted a video about Lucid in a while. That's good. The last comment that I saw was him complaining about what was that? It was just a minor complaint, and people just kind of laughed it off, but he tweeted it out. Let's see. One of the site plans indicated railroad tracks to be installed. Yeah, the site plans keep changing, and I have actually submitted for site plans, and they sent me the wrong ones, and I haven't heard back from them. I told them that the site plans they gave me were for the original factory, and I was looking for something that was current, and I haven't heard back from them. So I really would like to see some new site plans. Let's see. DD Rukas, phase 2 and 3 were indeed expedited and combined. Yes, but that staging area that they use for the construction, that is actually part of phase 3. So at some point they're going to have to move all that stuff in order to get that building up. Let's see. Let's turn this back on. This is the employee parking lot, and you can see it's pretty full. It is Friday. We went out early. I think we were there like 9, 10 o'clock. And you can also see up here, it just on the top end here. Let's go back a little bit. They're staging roofing material up here. This is also the employee parking lot. They're working on this also. I can see pipes being put in, a trench right here. And at the same time, they're using this as a staging area. That stuff's going to start going up on the roof pretty soon. No reason to keep it on the ground, but we've seen lots of trucks coming in, dropping off all these materials. It takes a lot of trucks to get all that stuff in there. Let's see. I was told by someone that they will have rail access to ship their cars in the future. It's very possible. I mean, the railroad track is not far. I forget exactly how far it is, but I'm pretty sure it's close enough that they could do something, but it would be pricey. But it's something that they need to do, because if you can't get all these trucks out by trailer, it just takes too long. And even if it's, you trucking them to somewhere else to put them on a train, that's perfectly reasonable also. What would be the realistic price for Lucid stock by the end of the year? $100? You know what? It's really hard to say, because all that matters right now is the production ramp. And if they can ramp up production and start filling that waiting area up every single day and clearing them out, filling them up, that's what's going to matter. And if they can't do it, the stock price is going to stay right where it is or go down. If they can do it, and filling it up, I don't mean fill it up completely, but they have to start averaging 55 cars per day, and that includes from January 1st. So they may have some catching up to do at this point. They might need to average 60 cars for the rest of the year. Don't know yet, and we will find out in the future as they start producing cars. We're still not seeing a whole bunch. This is pretty much our car count right here. This is a car count picture. I'm going to stop it right there. And I'm going to take this moment to send out the tweet. Don't leave, but sending out the tweet. I think there's at least 24 new cars. There's 91 total cars here. That includes everything that's up here. We weren't able to get behind the wash building right here because winds. We couldn't get too much further from this. We stayed in this area, and then we zoomed in to different spots. But let's see here. The wheels all look the same. I don't see any that look different. If you guys do, speak up. But yeah, the total was 91 cars. I'm going to go back just a little bit. So some of these cars right here are new. This section right here, they appear to be different cars than what was parked there on Wednesday. So there's 15 cars here. Like 5 of these were new. A couple of these were new. And I'm going to bring up my picture on the other screen so I can compare it a little bit better. And let's see here. So there were cars here. Now there's only one. There was 3 cars here. Now there's only one. So those cars obviously have been taken away. We've got 3 cars here. Right now there was about 6 or 7, and in this row there was 3. So we definitely have some additions here, some subtractions here, here, and here. This had 1 car in it on Wednesday. Now we're looking at 8 or 9. This section had 5 cars, and now we have 3. So I'm not counting any of those as new cars. We had about 6 cars here before. We're down to 2. I'm not counting any new cars there. This section had 4 cars. So we're looking at a couple additions right there. And all of these cars that are scattered around were previously there. Same thing over here. So I'm going with about 24 new cars based on what I'm saying. I didn't count any of these. Though these are probably all new cars. I don't think that these cars ever sit here for more than a day or 2. But I didn't even count those in my 24. I'm basing it on these spots right here. So I hope everyone likes that idea of 24 cars. I'd like to see, we've got to see more. But remember, I'm not catching all the cars. I'm only catching what we can see on our flyovers. Cars could have been produced and shipped right out, and we didn't see them. When I make my car counts, it's always at least. That's a number I'm confident that I can say at least this amount of cars. Let's see. I saw that the Dream Drive had been enabled in the cars yesterday. That's a good thing. It's a shame that they went out without them. Here's a zoom across the site. We're all the way on the north side looking south. That's the south building right there. But you can see all this dust in the air that's getting kicked up. Wednesday's video is even worse. There was a lot more dust. But right here you can see all the roof decking has been done. There's a couple guys working on it. And then I assume that they're just going to keep walking that way. These are the steel workers. Crazy job standing on top of beams in a windy day like this, riveting those things in. You can see the steel's already laid out over here because that's going to be going up soon. We've got some sort of trench. I can't tell if it's for pipes or if they're doing something else right there. Just can't tell from any of our views, no matter where we're standing. And then more steel is laid out here, and also some concrete has been spread out here. I think that's just some base. This is where we're getting into the storage areas for the parts. Hard to see from here what they are, but we've got a lot of containers, trucks out there. Let's see here. Oh, we just jumped, didn't we? That's me not having a good time with my mouse. Oh, we're going to get back. There we are. Got a new mouse and I'm still getting used to it. Sometimes it jumps all over the screen. Apologies. So we've got lifts and storage. There's some over here. There's a couple over here. Those are things that they don't need every day and don't need to be on site. A couple more lifts over here. Those are those air conditioning units over here. This is kept in the southwest side. This is where the construction workers have their break tent. In the summertime, it's called a cooling tent or something to that effect. That's where they go to cool off because it'll get to 110 easy every year. Then we've got more grading going on here. In this area right here, this is all phase 3 area, but they're actively working on it. And then we went back and took another look at the cars to take some more look at a better look at those wheels. But they all appear to be the same wheels. Let's see. Morton asks, hi Barry, are you going to do a time-lapse video of the construction? Probably not. We can. Right now we just didn't have that much. We haven't been taking video from the same angles. We've been changing them up a lot. And it's hard to do a time-lapse when you're moving all over the place. Let's see. Raul, Lucid must accelerate programs of construction, ? They are accelerating construction. I've been told by numerous people who are working there that they have accelerated the construction. One of the things that they did was bring on more than one steel contractor in order to get all this steel put up. Scaling is the only issue for Lucid. I agree. They've got to make more than 20 cars a day, and if it's due to supply chains, then that's a shame. And it could be that they're not having a problem producing the cars. It could be they're having problems with getting the parts. And I don't know which is worse, getting the parts, or maybe they're just not getting production squared away yet. So hopefully it's one of those two that will end soon. As you can see right here, those houses that were here, there was one house all the way on the right with no roof. There was a house right here with a pool, and there was another house that was out there that just looked like a house. But they're all gone now, and they've got in the bottom right hand corner you can see the truck. They're loading this thing up, and with all the debris from these houses. So that area is also being demolished. So whether or not they're going to start any work on that, don't know yet. But it'll be interesting to see if maybe they're just getting rid of it because it's an eyesore, or maybe they're ready to do some more grading over there. Let's see. Sam Amison, Bear, do you know what the other white building with all the cars just outside the Lucid property is? If you're talking about, there's one building that I know is a wash station. There's a car wash built into it. Another building is where they put the car covers on, and but I don't know what each one of those buildings are. No one's ever told me, and I've never been able to really figure that out. Drug Rag says, Nicola, fuel cell, seen Biagio Brothers logo on it. They didn't announce deliveries. Yeah, what he's talking about is a couple of the Nikola trucks were driving down the road, and they had Biagio Brothers trailers on them. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Biagi, whatever. They're a shipping company. They do shipping for Anheuser-Busch, and those trailers were on the Nikola trucks. So it was pretty exciting to see Anheuser-Busch is getting some of the Nikola trucks that they ordered, because they had ordered 800 of them. But back to Lucid. This is a Lucid flyover. Here you can see the two main buildings. Here's that tunnel. Here's a really good shot of that tunnel. This is where the car is going to come through, and I believe that they're going to this building right here, and they'll eventually go to the paint shop from here. You can see all this roof decking that's been put on. I would almost say that they've got 40% of the roof decking done between this area, and that, and that's pretty good. So they're keeping up with the guys putting out the columns, and these guys putting out the columns and the decking. That's one contractor, and their target deadline for this building right here is May 1st. So they are hauling butt. Maxwell, the first touring confirmations went out today, with Grand Touring being produced already. This seems like a good sign. Yes, it does. There still is the question of where are all the Dream Editions, because the highest number that has been reported to be sold was around like 285, or delivered, I should say. They're all sold. So 285 is out there, but that leaves another 235 or so that no one has seen. And it doesn't mean that they're not out there and people just aren't talking about it. But the cars are done. They just need to get in customers' hands. Not on Lucid property over by the houses they demoed. I will take a look when we get back over there, if we get back over there. Let's see. Maxwell, according to the Q3 earnings call, they estimated touring deliveries in spring 2022, which means they're on track. That is true, even though it's not quite spring yet. I think they were sandbagging on the quarter and saying spring, because spring really isn't for technically another month and a half. So if they've got them coming out, and we think we've seen some grand tourings, but if they're coming out of the factory, they're going to get delivered soon. No point waiting till spring. Striker Ace, when was this flyover? This morning, probably about 3 or 4 hours ago. And that was a long shot out to just see how far we could look. Let's go back to what Sam was asking about, some white buildings. Okay, let's call this building number 1, Sam. Are you talking about building number 1? Or let's go back just a little bit for Sam. I'll find it. Okay, nope. I hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. Okay, that white building, that is for the construction workers. That's pretty far. That's not what you're talking about. Here's a better shot. These are contractor trailers right here. I believe this is the building where they put the car covers on and do whatever else that they do there. I'm not sure. Don't know what this building is for. It might be for the HVAC system or power, because it is tied into a few things over here that could be related to that. This building right here is the car wash. So I'm not sure, Sam, if I'm answering your questions or not, but I hope I am. We're going to just rewind this back to the beginning really quick so I can keep talking and you guys can keep asking questions. Just want to make sure that everybody's had a chance to say what they want, or if they missed something, bring it back up. Hey guys, we're at 71 likes and we got 115 people on. Let's see if we can swap those numbers around. Let's get 115 likes, but let's actually keep the 115 viewers. Maybe bring that up a little bit. Let's see. Grand Tourings are produced but are used as internal fleet. I asked Len Devana. But okay, so they're just using them for demos and things like that. I understand that, but eventually they're going to want to start shipping them out. It's nice to get paid, because that's what this is all about for them, is actually getting paid for these cars. Josu says, I made a deposit on the Air Touring. It's real similar to the Dream Edition. Yeah, I heard that there was a Dream Edition on eBay. I didn't look at it, but I heard there was one out there. I don't know what the price was, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. You get a limited car of 520 that supposedly is never being made again, and you're going to stick it up on eBay as an investment. And I don't know if people are going to overpay for the car, because cars are never good investments as far as money goes. They always depreciate. Len Devana, by the way, is still not talking to me. I don't know why. I had a good rapport with him, but after the drone permission thing fell through, never heard back from him. But he is a nice guy. Let's see. Peyton, how many cars? You missed it, huh? So I guess I got a recap for you. Peyton, there was 91 cars. I'm saying about 24, at least 24 were new cars. Easily could be more. They're assigning external VINs now as of February 2. Okay. Sam says, it's not Lucid. Oh, sorry, they aren't in this video. It would be under the drone. Okay, so there is the only building that we usually fly over. There's two buildings, one on the north side and one on the northwest side. And the one on the north side is a recycling place. Let me go back real quick and show you this. Sam, this building up here, that is a Tractor Supply Company distribution center. And there is another building to the north, but it's a recycling place, but it's mostly a junkyard. It's cars. There are cars there. Dead cars, not living cars. They're all junk. Let's see. 3 Dream Edition delivery posted by Lucid. Hey Brian, how you doing? Good to see you here. Hey Brian, if you happen to know the numbers on them, let us know. John asked, are those touring? We can assume so, but we just don't know. There's nothing showing that it looks like a touring. We can look at the wheels. They look like Dream Edition wheels. The area covers, I forget which style it's called. Area something. Rob H., what do you need for a Monday flyover? I need more people to support the channel through Patreon. That would be a big help. Going out to the 2 factories, it takes a lot of time. It takes electricity because we don't have gas-powered cars. But it's time. I spend time on the videos. My son does a lot of the flying and the producing and the editing. So we just want to offset our costs for right now. If we made anything more, right, that would be great. But right now we are definitely in the hole. And don't tell my wife; she's not going to watch this. But don't tell her. Yeah, we're in the hole. So any type of monetary support, and like I said, Patreon is in our description below. Brian had set up a GoFundMe that is still active. If Brian wants to post that again in the comments, that'd be great. But it would probably also be linked in the description. What is the target rate of production for the next building? At full build out, it's supposed to be 500,000. So that is what their full build out is. And who knows, maybe they'll be able to get more land. But I think they'll be concentrating on their next factory, which is gonna be in Saudi Arabia, without a doubt. Sam says 200,000. If you're referring to the production, maybe for the next buildings, but the full build out is supposed to be 500. So let's see. Big D Crypto says, press the like button. We're at 84 and we got 102 people on. Come on, guys. There's at least 17 of you that have not hit that like button. 85. Let's see. Oh, 205,000. Is that what we're talking about? The Dream Edition car on eBay? Okay. That's not that much of a profit. Okay. Well, they're not trying for too much more. I mean, after taxes and things like that, I imagine you'd be pretty close to that anyway. Mark, I think it's fair to say deliveries, not production, was short. And with pending interest rate hikes, I'm waiting to re-enter my position. Great videos, Drone Man, really helpful. Glad you're enjoying the videos. I agree that deliveries are going to be short, but I don't think they made a promise on delivery. They made a promise on production, and that was the 520 Dream Editions. So they could say that they produced them. I know Warren's going to freak out because he's going to say, oh, well, they were missing parts, so they don't count. But if you're missing one piece on it, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are as what's considered a finished car and whether or not it counts or not, because it's subjective. Let's see. More money for Monday. That's right, Big T. 200,000 for the Dream Edition sold on eBay. Was it sold, Sam? That's what I'm kind of wondering. I haven't looked at it, but was it sold for 200? Rob H., do you feel they have scaled in recent weeks, or has it been about the same? I really feel like it's about the same, to be honest with you. I'd be lying if I said I felt that there's been an increase. We're not seeing cars pouring out there. There have been days uh, that, and I don't remember when they were. I think it was late December where we came back between a 2 days visit, and there was like it's like 80 more cars in there, and then we come back 2 days later, and then there's another 40. I don't remember the exact numbers, but there was like big spikes in production, and either they're leaving them inside and rolling them out just to mess with me, which I really don't think. I don't think I'm that important. Um, but yeah, we'd see big spikes. So I don't know. Maybe they still have them inside. I can't imagine why. Um, the longer that they're inside, the more chance something could happen to them in there. Just because it's an active factory. So I don't know. I'm kind of talking off out of my you know what because I just don't know for sure. But I will say I don't think that it's scaled up a lot lately. Also, and I got to say this every time, we're out there Wednesdays and Fridays, so a we're missing cars possibly coming out, getting put on a car hauler, and leaving, and we're never seeing it. So with 2 visits a week, we're not seeing the full picture. We'd literally have to live there in order to get the full picture. But going out Mondays would help. Mike Olson. I know Mike Olson. Probably not the same one, because he would have said hello. Bear, how about a flyover by Lucid's Drivetrain plant? Supposed to be a couple miles by the plant. Yeah, it is. And we did go out there once. And I guess I could summarize with nothing to see here. Nothing to see. There's a couple of Lucid trailers backed up to the docks. And it said Lucid on the front. But there was nothing to see there. Everything is enclosed. They don't put anything outside. And then IML says he did once. Yes, you can look on our channel. You can see it. Let's see. Big D, press the like button for more pictures and updates. Hey, we're at 98 likes. And Big D throws out a super chat. Thank you, Big D. I appreciate that. Any type of support like that is helpful. So thank you, Big D. So I asked about, you guys want to talk about Apple and Lucid, if you wanted me to do a live stream and we could discuss what we know. Only got like 1 or 2 people say anything about it. So if there's anyone else who's interested in that, speak up and we could do something like that. The video is going to be all based on conjecture and what we've heard and seen. So I just want to know what you guys think. I want other opinions. I know Lucidverse on Twitter, also known as Anthony from Torque News. He's real big on the merger and thinks that it would happen. Mr. High, I'm terribly worried about earnings of all things macro too. Yeah, and there's a lot to be worried about right now. So we got to worry about one thing at a time. It's not going to do us any good to worry about these other things, but they're out there. You got to be aware of them, but don't worry about them because they're kind of out of our hands. Not much we can do. Sam says Apple Lucid, yes. And Don asks if there's any employees in the parking lot on weekends. We haven't been out there. I think we went out once on the weekend, but it was quite a while ago. So don't really know. There's a couple of people who come on here who work at Lucid, and they might be able to give us some insight. If someone just puts out a comment, yeah, we're working weekends, then we'll know, because that sounds like a firm yes. How long have you been following the stock market? Ever hold any stock a super, super long time? No, I've never held anything really, really super long because at some point I need money for spending in life. I lack patience a lot with stock, so I don't hold things for a super, super long time. And I really not that active until like the last couple of years, where starting to look at all the EV stuff and got more active with that. I did actually, here's a fun fact that none of you guys would expect. I had my Series 7 and my Series 63 tests. I had my license to sell stocks and bonds when I was much, much younger. And so I took the test. I was actually a licensed stockbroker and did cold calls from a small office in New Jersey. But that is way, way in my past. So I guess you could say I got a background in the stock market. The company I work for sold municipal bonds. We didn't sell stocks. Very, very rarely. It's just if one of our customers wanted, but otherwise it was muni bonds, which are awful right now. So just a fun fact about me that nobody would have guessed. So just another look at the site and what they've put in, and you can see that they've really done a lot of progress there. You guys got any questions or comments? I am looking for more feedback on doing an Apple Lucid video. So let me know in the comments. We're probably going to end this in about 5 minutes. Cold call people and tell them to buy Lucid. You know, here's a story for you. The first ever cold call that I did, I called someone in New York City. It was a New York City phone number. And I said, hey, I'm Bear from Bear's Workshop. And I wanted to know, can I talk to blah, blah, blah? And the lady on the other end of the phone goes, who? And I say the guy's name was like Saul Weisenthorpe or something. And she's like, Saul? He's been dead for 30 years. I'm like, oh, okay. That was a sign to me not to cold call people. The first person I called was dead for 30 years. But I still tried it for a little while, but I hated cold calling. Open to the Road says yes on Apple Lucid video. And Ramon says there's 2 Lucid Airs on eBay now. And Jacob says, Apple Lucid, do it. All right, well, maybe we'll come up with something. Tomorrow I have a test drive of an Electromechanica Solo. Electromechanica Solo. I don't know if I'm saying it right ever. So I got that going on tomorrow. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Try to fit my 6'4" frame into a Solo, but we're going to do a video on that, and that should come out in the next couple of days. So you guys definitely want to see that just for the humor part of it. Solo trades at about like $250 or $260 a share. I haven't looked in a couple of days, but it's a 3-wheeled vehicle that gets 100 miles of range. It's classified as a motorcycle, so it doesn't have to have all the safety equipment like airbags and rear backup camera, anything like that. But it has crumple zones. So 3-wheeled vehicle. Not the best looking front end that I've ever seen, especially on a 3-wheeled vehicle, but it's supposed to be like a little commuter car, go to work. It's a single seat, but it's enclosed with air conditioning. Sells for about $18,500. But we're going to do a test drive of that tomorrow in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I don't know where they're going to let me drive it, if I can take it out on the freeway or not. But I'm going to do whatever they allow me to do. So that's coming tomorrow. Our next Lucid live stream is going to be on next Wednesday, and we'll be doing a Nikola live stream of that factory on Monday, and then I will be doing a live stream with Brian from My Tesla Weekend. It's called Fast Charging with B&B, and that will be on Tuesday. Sam says, what a cold call. Cold call is when you call someone up and you have no business calling them, and you're just trying to sell them something. So you could be calling people out of a phone book, which doesn't exist anymore, or a list of leads of people who may have bought stocks in the past, and you got their names and you're just calling them up. Depeshed. Is that like Depeshed without the mode? Yes, please, on the Apple Lucid live stream. Thanks for all you do. Big D says Apple and Lucid. Yeah, there's no emoji for Lucid, is there? I don't know what that would be. Press the like button. Press it, says Big D. Got 102 likes. Still got more people here than I got likes. You'd think that we could get more likes on that video, don't you? All right. So, anybody got any other questions? Please put them up there real quick because we're moments away from signing off. It's been fun. I like you guys in the comments. You got a lot of things to say, and you were talkative today, which is nice. I'll work on something for the Apple and Lucid. I'm not going to have anything new, but I'd love to have a discussion on it. And you guys tell me what you think. Maybe I'll get a list of pros and cons together. Let's see. All right. So we're at about, 45 minutes here. I want to thank everyone for being here. If you're interested in supporting the channel and pushing us to a Monday video, a regular Monday flyover, take a look at our Patreon account down in the description below. I think the GoFundMe site is still open, and that may be in the description also, that Brian Shaw, thank you, Brian, has set up to help pay for some of our expenses, like that drone that was $4,500 that we risk every day that we fly, that it might crash and die. Hopefully it doesn't. So please check that out. Remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, but I have a feeling you have since you're here. Try and get Lucidverse to join Apple Lucid Video. That may not be a bad idea. Maybe I should reach out to him about that. Because he's got a lot of thoughts on it. I don't necessarily agree with all of his thoughts, but it wouldn't hurt to talk to him about that and have him on. But I like that idea. So anyway, until next time, don't forget to hit the like button, says Big D. Until next time, which will be next week for Lucid, Monday for Nicola. We will see you later. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.